today. I can't.
But I look like I have an Instagram filter on. I don't know how to fix it yet.
Instagram girl Mark right there. So
Yeah.
now you have to give us the energetic intro. You got to give us the energetic intro.
What's up, everybody? It's Mark the Cyborg coming at you all the way from 1977. That's right. I have gone back in time just so I can lose 40 years worth of sleep thinking about Star Wars Squadrons.
Oh, yes. Oh, Greg. That's good. But yes, Mark is here for the podcast listeners. Mark's camera's fucked up. That's basically all you need to know. But guys, it has been a pretty eventful week with a big release, really the last real release on the PlayStation 4 for its generation. And honestly, I think they saved a really good one for last. I am only about 3 hours or so into Ghost of Tsushima, and I love it. I don't want to put this game down because, it's actually fun. It's what a video game is supposed to be. And it looks stunning, and the combat it just feels really good and really tight. But, the thing is, there's no agenda. There's nobody telling you that you're an ist or a phobe for not liking this game. But there's not a whole lot of people that don't like it. What have you guys seen? What do you guys think about the hype around Ghost of Tsushima? We'll start with Lethal, since he's the one who actually was playing it in front of you guys here.
This game, I don't know if you guys watched it, but I uploaded an in-progress review of the game. I uploaded that about 24 hours ago, and I already take back most of the negatives that I said. It's great. This game is great. But in terms of the hype around it, Skill Up, he put out a tweet that I think sums it up the best. He had a tweet talking about how it was refreshing to see just so much positivity and love for this game as opposed to the normal shit that you see on Twitter, because everyone likes this game. Like, I've seen a few people that say they don't particularly enjoy it, but they don't particularly enjoy it as a video game. No other bullshit, blah, blah, blah reasons. Just on a subjective level, they don't enjoy it, which is totally fine. Not everybody's going to like everything. But what this game has done, and it's such a breath of fresh air, is because all four of us, everyone in the chat, we have all had a rough year with gaming and Sony because of one of the bigger naughty dogs out there. And it's just so refreshing to have a studio that's put so much love and passion into their game. And when they talk about their game, guess what they talk about? Just the game.
Yep.
They're just so happy to be about it. They just made this product, put it out there and said, we really hope you like it. And for the most part, we are. I mean, this game it's growing on me so much. I'm going to go play it actually.
Well, see, this is where word of mouth comes in, and this is what, okay, so I haven't bought the game yet. Obviously, we got it for Lethal for Geeks and Gamers and everything like that. Ryan's playing through it. I didn't plan on getting it just because I have so much going on with park hopping and the main channel and the website, but just hearing the feedback and hearing how much people are enjoying it makes me want to try to set time aside now to go and actually play the game, because word of mouth is powerful. And it's amazing how when it's a positive reaction to a game, there's no issues. But when it's a negative reaction, suddenly you have to silence the fans. And this is a classic example of when you do things the right way and you focus on the game and not calling your fans ist and isms because they hate your stupid creative choices. This is the reward. So I hope this game continues to do very well. And I'm a prime example. Really, I figured the game looked good. I figured it would be good, but it really wasn't something I really had the time. But now I'm hearing all of the reactions, and now I'm wanting to say, I need to make time to play this game because everyone seems to be enjoying it. That's how it should be.
And primarily the people that are enjoying it are actually people that like to play games. And we have a super chat here from Paulie D. Thank you, Paulie D, for €5. Ryan had a great phrase in his last video that I put out this morning. We want to hear from people who pay to play a game rather than critics who are being paid to play it. And 100%. That's why people come to YouTube, to get the information from someone that they trust rather than someone who is getting access to something or is looking for some kind of agenda to be in a game. Yep. Mark, what have you seen reaction to this so far?
I've actually been really loving watching a bunch of reviews of it, just because it seems like there's a lot of people who are going in depth about things that you don't hear discussed in games very often, like the color contrast in the game being something that's really seems to be blowing a lot of people away. I haven't played the game yet myself. I think I'm just gonna, with Lethal covering it, I think I'm gonna wait to play it on PS5, even if it doesn't have a like remaster. So I've kind of preferred that it didn't, to be honest. I hope they just give a patch that'll have it run a bit better on PS5 or a bit cleaner. And that's not because I don't think the game looks good or anything. It's just because I'm busy with the move, so my time to even play games is limited, and we've already got someone on the channel covering it, so I'm not going to do it for that. But hearing people like just going in over the top is, as far as the way they explain the reaction they get from just seeing some of the sights in this game is pretty cool to see, because it seems to all be not rooted in the technical aspects of the game, but the actual art direction, which in a game that has a realistic art style like Ghost of Tsushima, you don't really see that very often. Like, it's often things like people will praise stuff the way Last of Us got praised, where it's like it's really good lighting or there's very good facial animations and stuff. Not like these environments just look beautiful to be in. Like, and I think I've sort of, the biggest impression on me has been from those reactions, I'd say primarily. It seems like the combat system looks pretty interesting too. But again, being that I haven't played it, I can't really go into depth about it, obviously.
Now, and we're gonna have our full review at some point. Lethal, what do you think? When do you think you're probably gonna be finished with the game in its entirety? What's your plan on that? When you're not talking to adult film stars and making the internet break, when are you gonna have time for that? So,
well, I plan on playing it all day technically today. I don't want to rush it as well because it's so beautiful. I played about an hour just before I did my live stream, and all I did was just side stuff, just cruising around on my horse, playing my flute, killing Mongolians, and yeah, it was great. Soon, a week. Give me a week. Maybe not even. I did have an idea just to be a little bit different. We don't have to go down that route. But I did say to Ryan, I said, hey, maybe we could do like a discussion review between the two of us because we've already got the in progress. I'm happy to follow it up with my own, but considering Ryan's playing as well, I thought maybe we might do a discussion around it. We'll see how it goes out. What do you think of that? Do you want me just to do it by myself?
Do an old Lehman Brothers special?
Yeah, like that.
Well, I think you guys just determine, like, once you guys both finish or seeing where your progress is, and you guys can make that call. But either way, I'm fine with it. Whatever you guys want to do.
I usually like to finish together, so we'll see if we can make it happen.
You're the right guy, man. You should have seen my last one.
Biggles Mets for $2. I bought it because of Lethal. Thank you, Biggles. And that's exactly what people are doing. I wasn't planning on getting this right away until I saw Lethal playing it. So I saw Young Rippa playing it. So I saw PewDiePie playing it. And I saw the enjoyment everybody was getting out of it. I'm like, I have to play this. Lancelot 652 for $5. Is Mark the moderator in the Gamer Girl game?
No. X-Ray Girl would kill me if I was modding a fictional Twitch slots chat. I don't think she would like that very much.
We're gonna get into that later too. Christina Nardone for $5. What are the chances of the next Nintendo Direct happening on Monday, according to rumors?
Yeah, that's the rumor, right? That's been heavily implied that we're getting a Nintendo Direct July the 20th from credible sources that have been pretty spot on leaking information in the past. We're not going to know. You know how Nintendo operates. They're not going to leak any information. It's just going to happen if it happens. I think it will be a mini Direct. It's been forever since we had a full-on Nintendo Direct. I think it will be a mini Direct if it happens, and I do think it's going to happen. But I think it'll be a mini Direct, and it will probably be centered around the 3D remasters of Mario, hopefully. But I think we'll get into this a little bit later. But yeah, I do think that there's a possibility that it could happen, and it will be a mini, not a full-on Direct.
Yeah. Jade Shadow 499 planning on getting Ghost of Tsushima in the very near future. The worst thing about the game is having to pronounce it. Hail the panel, and congratulations to Lethal.
Thank you.
Hail.
She was on the panel as well.
Yeah, again, this is exactly what I made a video on the whole Last of Us Part 2 and Metacritic removing the ability to have review scores and everything. And again, does review bombing happen? Yes, review bombing happens. It has always happened in a positive and a negative direction. That's just it represents how gamers feel. It represents how they feel about what's going on. And we're seeing the exact opposite here with this game, where people are going out of their way to positively talk about it. That is, the market should be able to determine the market based on how people are responding. And Ghost of Tsushima is getting a lot of praise. And again, haven't played it yet, but I have people on this panel that have played it that I trust their opinions. And it sounds like they deserve all of the praise that they're getting, and it's going to lead to more sales. So I'm looking forward to the future to see how this all plays out. And this is a classic example of when you focus on your actual players, the gamers, the customers, this is the type of content and the feedback you can get from them.
Well, and you talk about this Metacritic, and this is pretty low. Let's be real. An 83 is nothing spectacular on Metacritic.
Yeah,
you're talking about the most average of average games get in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically standard for critic reviews. This is not a very good review. You have a lot of people criticizing it because it's not an accurate enough representation of samurai culture. However, all those people are white people, because Ghost of Tsushima is being praised right now by all the Japanese critics for how it tells its tale, even if it's not necessarily super historically accurate. That's not necessarily what people are looking for. They're looking for a game that is fun to play, things that Neil Druckmann just might not understand, because we know that, according to Naughty Dog, if my fucking computer ever loads, it won't. I just got too many tabs open. But we know that Neil Druckmann doesn't believe in using the word fun around Naughty Dog Studios. So there's just such a clear difference with these games. The critics praising Last of Us 2 while the fans are so divided, whereas fans are very united for the most part in this game. However, the critics are very mad on it because it doesn't push any type of agenda. And that's what's one of the nice things about it.
Exactly. Even the negative stuff on this game, it's negative from a subjective point of view on a video game, which is totally fine. You don't like it, cool, whatever. But the people that don't like it because of the game itself, as opposed to all the nonsense that's shoved into it and all the bullshit surrounding the people that made it. You know what I mean? I would rather have someone tell me, I hate this game, I think it's total garbage because this, and this, as opposed to someone saying, I think it's really good because it pushes points that I'm all for in a world that I really don't actually believe in, but I like to say so on Twitter.
Exactly.